The Women's Caucus has invited guests to deliver a special performance. Get Lit Words Ignite is a nationally recognized organization to stem dropout rates and spark dramatically increased literacy among youth in Los Angeles. Its innovative curriculum fuses classic poetry with students' original spoken responses. With us today are Get Lit players Markeisha Barbers and Jessica Romoff. I am pleased to present Get Lit players.
From the moment we are unwrapped from our mother's arms, the way the first rose blooms from a field of winter, we are taught the hereditary habit of shrinking. From as early as I could remember, I had bookshelves spilling with stories of princesses locked up in towers, plagued with the tail instead of legs, accidentally eating poisonous apples, all waiting for a man's mouth to make them human again, to kiss the death out of their poison, to save this poor girl, stitched from tissue and silence. From a young age, I was taught that to be a woman was to be rescued by someone else, that my body was not my own unless a man made it one. It is a teaching I don't remember learning, to burn down this childhood house. But when you are around someone long enough, you begin to pick up their habits, the way my friend would pinch at her stomach, a woman in the hotel bathroom criticizing the mirror, watching my mother earn 75 cents to a man's dollar. High school girls are terrified of wearing a skirt to school because their teachers remind them of how their bodies are an unwanted distraction, because they are hindering their male classmates' education. And here is the lineage of shrinking women, sacrificing an 8th grade girl's bony knees for the sake of excusing another teenage boy. It is a habit of making our girls hate themselves. And people always wonder why girls say sorry before asking a question. It is because we are taught that our voices take up too much space, that we are an apology. But what I should have been told was how there is nothing more powerful, more dangerous than a woman who loves herself. There is nothing more beautiful and violent than a woman working 4 shifts a day, or a mother who runs the household who can say, I love myself. Instead of giving our daughters stories of how to be rescued, how to be saved, how to be forgotten, let's start reminding our daughters of all the battles we fought and won, because we are soldiers in silk, fighting this war on body and mirror, learning to plant blossoms in our bruises, grow gardens in our gashes, heal the wounds of history's grenades. Remind her she is not an apology. They say a woman is like a tea bag. You never know how strong it is until it's in hot water. So give her bedtime stories of Joan of Arc, a young girl who led the French army into a battle against the English and won. Give her kisses of Cleopatra, 18 when she became queen of the Nile. Fill her lungs with the songs of Sacagawea, with a baby on her back hauling Lewis and Clark across North America. Sing her lullabies of Malala, 15 when she demanded that girls be allowed to receive an education. A man slithered onto her school bus, shot her in the temple 3 times, but 3 years later, with no apologies, she stood in front of the United Nations, told them how her country was burning. We are not here to set fire to the skin of our sanctuary. We are here to rebuild the ruins of our temple long ago destroyed. Instead of learning to say, I love you, we could learn to say, I love myself, the most ruthless battle cry there ever was.
Hi, my name is Markeisha Babers, and we're with Get Lit Words Ignite. This poem is called That Girl. People only see me as that girl. That fat girl, just a little too black girl, always sitting in the back girl, that girl. People tell me, you're weak, girl. No one wants to hear you speak, girl. Look at me, I'm not at your feet, girl. Stop crying, girl. It's not like you're dying, girl. No one will like you for who you are, and your career definitely won't go far, not with that hair, those clothes, those shoes. You really need to change all of you, girl. Sometimes I tell myself, you know, depression ain't cute, girl, and you should stop waiting and do what you have to do, girl. I mean, if you're gonna end it, then do it already, girl. Just make sure you keep your hands steady, girl. You wanna get it right, girl, just wait till night, girl, then get the knife, girl. It only takes one slice, girl. Look at you, too weak to take your own life, girl. But God told me, aren't you tired of waiting to die, girl? All you have to do is try, girl. I gave you life to live, girl. I gave you your gift to give, girl. I am always here, girl. It's okay to shed a tear, girl. Just don't fear, girl, because you are that girl, made strong enough to carry the world on your back, girl. So stand up straight, girl. You will be great, girl. It is your fate, girl. Don't worry about the past. Remember, who is first shall be last. So you've endured the worst, girl. Now it's your turn to be first, girl. Then God held out his hands. He said, take this, girl. Don't waste it, girl. You'll know when to use it, girl. It's a miracle, girl. Like you are a miracle, girl.
Thank you again to the Get Lit players. Ms. Garcia reminds us that the luncheon for our honorees will begin at 1:30 p.m. on the Capitol's North Lawn. On behalf of the members of the California Legislative Women's Caucus, I want to thank all of our program's participants, guests, and honorees. This concludes our ceremony. Should I go ahead? Consent calendar. Or should I go ahead? We're going to allow the Woman of the Year guest to clear out, and then we will resume our normal business. Members, please stay in your seats. Go ahead. Members, please stay in your seats. We still have one item of business left to complete. Moving to the consent calendar. Consent calendar. Does any member wish to remove an item from the consent calendar? Seeing and hearing none, the clerk will read the second-day consent calendar.
Assembly Bill 1750 by Assemblymember Dodd, an act relating to real property transactions.
The clerk will open the roll on the consent calendar. All those vote who desire to vote. All those vote who desire to vote. All those vote who desire to vote. Browns having. I-73. Oh, wait. Yeah. The clerk will close the roll and tally the vote. I-72. Noes, 0. Consent calendar is adopted.
So, let's go talk to Ms.
Okay. Mr. Alejo, you are recognized for a special guest introduction.
Thank you, Madam Speaker and members. The Woman of the Year ceremony is probably the most special ceremony we have on this floor. Today, I'm very honored to have special guests, my family members, my brother Isaac, my sister Ruth, my stepfather Jose, my aunt Concha, and my sister-in-law Dulce. But I want to introduce probably the most important person I will ever introduce you to on this floor. For 9 of us, this is going to be our last year serving in the State Assembly. And today, we honored some amazing women. And I chose to honor my mother, Maria Luisa Covarrubias, to be my district's Woman of the Year. It was President Lincoln, who oversees us above this chamber, who said, "All that I am or hope to be is because of my mother." For all of us, if we cannot honor our mothers, who are our first teachers, the people who took care of us when we were sick growing up, the persons who were there through the good times and the bad times and always gave us unconditional love and believed in us no matter what. If we cannot honor them on this day or on this floor, we're not acknowledging the very people who made us who we are. So today, I just wanted to take a special moment to thank my mother, who was a champion farm worker growing up. She grew up as a migrant farm worker, but while raising 5 children, attended night school to become a licensed vocational nurse, and then went back to school again to fulfill her ultimate goal, to reach the highest peak in her profession, and that was to become a registered nurse. And all through his time, working hard, giving back to her community, was volunteering, worked in some of the toughest neighborhoods, mentoring young people, and always taught us about always helping those less fortunate than us, always giving back. She was a Sunday school teacher all her life, and always believing in God. But now I want to really just take this moment right here in front of all my colleagues to tell my mother how much I love her, how much I admire her, and how much I thank her for making me who I am today. So, members, please give a big round of applause to my mother, Maria Luisa Covarrubias.
We will now move to announcements and adjournments in memory. The following members were granted prior permission to speak on adjournment in memory: Cooper, Gibson, Gordon, Jones-Sawyer, and Lackey. Members, please take your seats for the adjournment in memories. Mr. Cooper, you are recognized at your desk.
Thank you, Madam Speaker and members. It is with great sadness that I rise today to adjourn in memory of Sacramento County Sheriff's Deputy Greg Vieira, who suddenly and unexpectedly passed away on February 28th. Deputy Vieira grew up in Elk Grove and graduated from Elk Grove High School in 1992, where he played as a linebacker for the Thundering Herd football team. Deputy Vieira was sworn into the Sacramento County Sheriff's Department in 2004, and he worked downtown at the Sacramento County Main Jail. Later, Deputy Vieira was assigned to the Real Consumers Correctional Facility down in Elk Grove. Most recently, Deputy Vieira served as a K-9 officer at the Sacramento International Airport, where he and his K-9 partner, Ben, worked to keep domestic and international travelers safe as part of the K-9 Explosives Detective Unit, and many of you may have seen him during your travels. Greg was a friend to anyone in need and a true family man. He was a dedicated husband, father, son, brother, and friend, and will be deeply missed. He will be forever remembered by his family and friends, along with all his brothers and sisters, the Sacramento County Sheriff's Department. Deputy Vieira is survived by his parents, Arnie and Elaine Vieira, and his brother, Mark, sister-in-law, Katie Vieira of Elk Grove. Deputy Vieira also leaves behind a loving wife, Christina, and two loving children, Brooke and Kyle. Arnie, Elaine, Mark, Christina are here observing in today's gallery our session. Colleagues, please help me extend our sincere condolences for their loss. Thank you for the opportunity to adjourn in his memory today.
Mr. Gibson, you are recognized at your desk.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker and members. I rise and adjourn the memory of Michelle and Jordan Love, a mother and son who were killed in the city of Carson on February 27 of this year as a result of going to a driveway after attending a Saturday night movie. The mother, the son, and the grandmother drove up in their driveway, and bullets rang out, killing the mother and the son, Jordan. The mother, Michelle Love, was 54 years old with one daughter and two sons. Jordan was 27 years of age and left behind to cherish his memory a 2-year-old daughter. They were both known to enjoy spending time with family and enjoyed life. Michelle suffered from kidney failure just 5 years ago, where her daughter gave her a kidney to survive and live. Jordan was the youngest child and enjoyed life and music. He also had his own recording studio in his home. My heart goes out to this family, to this mother, and to all that knew Jordan and Michelle. Members, I ask that you would please adjourn in memory of Michelle Love and Jordan Love, a mother and son. Thank you.
Mr. Gordon, you are recognized at your desk.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise today to ask that we adjourn in memory of Linda Steele. In 2014, on this day, Linda Steele was my Woman of the Year. This year, on February 29th, she died unexpectedly at the age of 67. Linda was born in 1948 in Kent, England. Her humble beginnings, living in poverty and often homeless, and the values of her parents and community led her to seek a degree in social service planning from Essex University. While at university, she took an internship at a government institution for the developmentally disabled, and she said that internship radicalized her. She became a champion of community care as an alternative to institutions. In 1973, she moved to California, beginning work as a rehabilitation counselor and later working for the County of San Mateo as Director of Developmental Disability Services. In 1980, she left the county to work in the private nonprofit sector at an agency now known as Abilities United. In 1993, she became the executive director of Abilities United, a position she held for 21 years until her retirement in 2014. Just this January, Linda proudly became a citizen of the United States and was looking forward this year to voting for the first time in her adopted country. She was a lifelong champion for a barrier-free society and for high-quality community services for people with developmental disabilities. She believed that all individuals could make a vital contribution to our world. At her retirement, I remember her quoting from a comment that she had first heard when she was in graduate school, and that is that one measure of a society's civilization is how it treats its vulnerable citizens. Linda cared for the most vulnerable and will be missed.
Mr. Jones Sawyer, you are recognized at your desk.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And members, I rise today to adjourn in memory of one of my constituents, Gladys Manigault, who passed away on February 20th, 2016 at the age of 43. Gladys was raised in Cincinnati, Ohio, and attended Youngstown City Schools and graduated with honors from Rayon High School. She was a passionate, born-again Christian who was a member of the choir and praise dance team at Weller Street Missionary Baptist Church in Los Angeles. Gladys was actively involved in her community and worked with children as part of the Los Angeles Clippers TNBA youth camps. She will be sorely missed. Thank you.
Without objection, Mr. Dawley, you are recognized at your desk.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Today I ask that we adjourn in memory of California Highway Patrolman Officer Nathan Taylor of Gold Run. Officer Taylor has been a member of the California Highway Patrol for 6 years. Officer Taylor was struck by a motorist while outside his patrol vehicle during directing traffic on Highway 80 west of Castle Peak in Truckee. Tragically, Officer Taylor succumbed to his injuries and passed away last night. He is surrounded by his family and friends and members of the CHP Gold Run area office. Officer Taylor is survived by his wife and 3 sons, ages 8, 5, and 3. My thoughts and prayers are with the Taylor family and members of the California Highway Patrol during this difficult time. Thank you, members.
Mr. Lackey, you are recognized at your desk.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. You know, I joined my colleague from Lassen County to rise to adjourn in memory of Officer Nathan Taylor. You know, one of the greatest challenges we face as law enforcement is when someone loses their life in the service of others. And, you know, we focus a lot about, in this chamber and in this building, about weapons. And we forget that the greatest threat to all of us and the greatest weapon that kills most of our residents is an automobile. I'm greatly saddened to learn of his tragic passing, and I ask that we take a moment today to remember Officer Taylor and his service to this great state of California. His sacrifice reminds us how our public safety officers put their lives at risk every day. He has survived by his wife and a couple children that will never know their father. My thoughts and prayers are with the family today, and I ask that you adjourn his memory.
Members, please bring the names to the desk to be printed in the journal. All requests to adjourn in memory will be deemed read and printed in the journal. Moving to announcements, rules will meet upon adjournment. The session schedule is as follows: Tuesday, March 15th, check-in session; Wednesday, March 16th, check-in session; Thursday, March 17th, floor session at 9 a.m. All other items will be passed and retained. All motions shall be continued. Seeing and hearing no further business, I am ready to entertain a motion to adjourn. Mr. Calderon moves. Ms. Waldron seconds that this House stands adjourned until Thursday, March 17th at 9 a.m. Quorum call is lifted.